Alright, hello and welcome back for week 3 of the PSU LCS. Once again, I'm Dom, joined here tonight by a special co-caster, Rohan. How's it going?
Hello, guys.
And we are going to get into Game 1 draft of SanaPekoraWatanabe versus Coach Gap, two of our top teams here in the league. Already hitting the bench will be Irelia and Hecarim, two very strong champions on the patch. And then target ban at Vale with Rumble.
Yep, these are standard bans, I think, against Coach Gap so far.
Yep.
Vale plays a lot of Rumble. Ivan, their top laner, plays a lot of Relia. Are they going to ban Graves here? Because Mike was just playing a practice tool with Graves, and he does like to play Graves.
I don't think Graves is super good here just because the Hecarim's already banned out. Normally what we'd see at this point is Graves in response to something like the Hecarim.
True.
I think Coach Gap might look to put away the Udyr on R3 here, just so Ability doesn't have the option to pick it up.
Okay, the Navia ban though. I guess they don't want Vale to scale in lane.
Yeah.
That looks
Ooh,
good.
interesting on the Blitzcrank ban.
Malphite pick. The problem with picking Malphite first here, right, is because Ivan started playing Gragas, so they might pick Gragas up instead.
Yeah, and I mean, Udyr's still available, so you could take the jungle early on and get a really solid top side of the map. I said Rel, not a bad first pick, but does leave the Senna open.
That's a very good pick actually, because I think Devin plays a lot of like melee, and hook champ. Oh, they banned both hooks. Okay, Devin likes to play melee tanks. I don't think I've seen him play.
Plays
Enchantress
Karma, he
yet?
plays Lulu, I think are his other two enchanters. This should be the top pickup here with Gragas. If this is locked in for Coach Gap. Solid pick, nigh unkillable past the laning phase, especially if you build full tank.
I think that also could be Gragas jungle, because Mike does play a lot of AP
Yeah,
jungle.
it is a flex. It is certainly a flex pick for Coach Gap, so a lot of draft, I guess, power in that one. But
I don't think Coach Gap would pick their top laner here first though, too. But I did the flex, yeah.
Tristana as well. Master Ehover is a bit troll, so we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, Tristana probably going mid lane if I had to take a guess primarily, but can also just be put bot lane as well. I don't know. I think you probably on Coach Gap could just take the Senna that early and try to lock away like a really power-ass pick. But Tristana also very good into Senna, so it kind of
the only problem
doesn't
is,
allow
right,
SanaPekora to pick it bot lane.
Reldo's really good, really well into Tristana, just because of her W.
Okay, they do take the Senna. Yep, pretty strong lane for SanaPekoraWatanabe. Could go fasting, I doubt it. Rel does not have that much scaling with any more extra gold, so
True.
possibly looking to lock in a top lane pick here if they assume the Grog is going up there. Again, still flexible, but Darius also still open. The one trick for Yo Watanabe, if he wishes to take it back in the top lane, as it'll more than likely be banned in the second round of the draft here. Said they're going to go for the Elise.
Elise.
I think very early on for this pick.
Ah, that could mean a certain champs for mid lane. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but
Say Yone's up, but
Yone, Pantheon is up too.
Yone, Pantheon, you still have both top and mid to select, so I'm guessing both are going to be 80 options. Given that Elise is already locked away.
Nana.
Janna here, it's not terrible into the rel. It certainly can do a lot within the laning phase, but I think generally speaking, not necessarily a great pick ever. We've seen it throw, and yeah, there's Darius ban immediately for Coach Gap. I just don't know how well Janna and Tristana work together necessarily in that bot lane combo. You don't see a ton of Janna right now.
Yeah.
And I think with SanaPekora, SanaPekora probably looking to pinch off. Maybe continue on the top lane.
Okay.
I guess they're just banning away any possibility for the Gragas to get flexed. Limit any, like Udyr definitely can hard smash Elise. Hecarim banned away. Graves is still available, not something necessarily great into the Elise right now. You also have stuff like Rek'Sai you can go towards. Said they're going to ban away the Talon from need to get better in the mid lane. Yeah, we're not really pitching too much else, just kind of banning comfort here from Coach Gap. Saw him before, it takes away the Udyr, the bad matchup, and the Elise. Now still has one more to throw.
Another jungle ban?
Yeah, I'm just going to take another jungle ban out. That'd be pretty saw on the team. Yeah, Skarner locked
okay.
away.
Gragas top confirmed.
Yep, they're gonna confirm the Gragas top with that one. I mean, there is Skarner top. That's pretty pretty odd tech for sure. So, yeah, Skarner's still really high prio. Pretty much right after Udyr in pro play right now. Definitely got hurt by the nerfs this patch, but not out of it yet. And I like the Diana pickup from SanaPekora. I think this is very strong right now. Not super great with the elites because you have that double AP in mid lane in the 2v2, but still super strong champion.
What is gonna bring SanaPekora all together?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Right now they're not lacking front line. They're not lacking CC.
Yeah, they just gotta find a good top lane that they want to pick in this Gragas.
Malphite. Okay, interesting.
Not bad. I think they're very AP heavy top side, so Verdant Barrier definitely gonna be something to pick up early on for a lot of these champions. Or if you're Gragas, just straight MR. But
that's interesting because I feel like Kled would have been a fine pick here too. Wait, what? No. Yeah, Kled would have been a fine pick into Gragas too.
Where's this?
No, it's they just need to look for the mid laner.
Yeah, this is mid lane pick. I think Akali here is really not the greatest.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So we go with the anti-AP option. Vale gonna be bringing out the Kassadin for game 1.
Both team comps looking strong.
Yeah, certainly so. I think I can't say who has even the better team fights. I mean, Coach Cap, you have the ability of the Skarner ult to try to get onto something like the Senna, who really can go in the backline and also inhibits Diana from doing a lot of her damage after trying to get an engagement on the enemy team. So all this stuff kind of worked. Skarner, I think, here, fairly nice pick into SanaPekora. But
I believe this game is going to be played mid and bot side. It's because top lane, I don't think there's going to be anything going on.
Top lane, neither of these champions should have really died of each other.
Because like you can at least kill Malphite, maybe, but Gragas, he just runs away with this phase rush.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an interesting lane state you have to consider, where neither of these champions can kill each other in the one-on-one ever, pretty much. Even if Gragas goes fully P, Malphite can just itemize MR himself, so it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, looking up, both teams have a lot of tools. SanaPekora definitely like to get on the back line with the row coming in on top of the Unstoppable Force. Diana to come in there after with the follow-up ultimate, as well as Elise and Senna sticking around the back line for some cocoons and just extra damage. Senna, of course, very, very good when you do have these high engaged champions in your team. You can kind of help them, support them with the Q. Get a bunch of damage and healing in for your team in that regard. I think the biggest question mark here for the draft of what can be done is in the mid lane. You do need to get better on the Diana and Kassadin for Vale. But I think whatever one of these champions really gets ahead, especially early on, if Diana can't forward leads or can't get roams off, I think Kassadin is going to be the one feeling pretty good about himself in the mid to late game. But
I feel like overall, like both team comps are good, right? But I feel like the red side is easier to play just because they have Skarner to play off of, who can easily like turbo chem tank drag someone.
Even then, I don't think the turbo chem tank, because pretty much everything SanaPekora has to do this game is going in. They don't really kite back very well. They don't really like disengage, re-engage very well. They have to go in and get something done in these team fights. And I think Skarner can honestly just sit by Tristana, sit by Kassadin, whoever they're trying to dive onto, and just CC the first person that comes in.
That is true, but what's it called? Coach Cap also has really good disengage with the Janna ult.
As well as the Gragas cask, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard
and
to get.
And Tristana ult too, I guess you can say.
Yep. Yeah, Coach Cap definitely having a very scary composition. Now, I think if SanaPekora can get ahead enough in the early portion of this game, could be looking to be very deadly, because the scaling doesn't really matter, and Catalyst on the Skarner won't really matter when everyone's getting one-tapped.
Yeah, I think as long as Elise gets ahead, they can CC chain Skarner and one-shot him before Skarner has a chance to do anything.
Yep.
So it can go either way.
Certainly some interesting ones here. Not really too much to talk about. Not any super, like I said, super bad picks. Both these teams pretty solid overall. It'll be interesting. Dania's God has certainly, if you just want to look at an individual player, outstanding. Has been absolutely smurfing for SanaPekora on these engaged supports like the Rel. Has literally solo won some games off of them, so definitely looking at him for the pop-off performance here. Yo Watanabe, characteristically for SPW, left on a bit of an island, so Malphite not really going to be doing too much into Gragas. I mean, my only thing I'm wondering here is who on SPW later on in the game actually is able to kill Gragas. Like, maybe Senna when she's 4 items and starts getting some pen, but like, there's not really a lot of ability for SanaPekora to get rid of tanks. So Skarner and Gragas certainly going to be a little bit on the harder side to put down. And then, of course, Coach App, very good disengage everything. Malphite ulti, certainly a powerful pickup here into the Janna, into the Gragas cost, as well as Skarnar can definitely get a lot of engage through to maybe what would be the disengage comp of Coach Gap. And hopefully burn some cooldowns, get a good opening for Need to Get Better in. And I think, I don't know. Need to Get Better ability is certainly going to have a very good 2v2 performance here to really bring out SanaPekora's strength here. Because once Diana and Elise get fed and can start really impacting lanes, there's a chance that they just never try to 5v5 whatsoever. Coach Gap, if just try to go for picks. So certainly for both teams, plenty of options. And one aspect as well is one thing that we've seen a lot out of Coach Gap so far that has contributed and detracted from their play is a lot of their ability to play the game, and it seems ends up coming through their mid laner in Vale, for the fact that when he's on carry champions, he can go and pop off and really hard smurf on some games, or at least have enough impact that you have to be wary of him and allow people like 4020 to engage to really pop off. But in the games we've seen him where he's on more supportive mid lane picks, where he doesn't have a lot of emphasis to really like win his lane or make impact on the map, especially in the early portion of laning phase, seeing Coach Gap struggle a bit more to start putting pieces together. And on Cassidy, I mean, you do have the potential, if you can get some early kills, a lot of early gold on this champion, he will be an absolute monster in the mid to late game. But without that, if he gets pushed under tower, if he starts getting dove by Diana at least, stuff like this, you're not really getting much use out of the champion at that point. It's going to be really hard to play around the mid lane for Coach Gap. I don't know, just waiting on spectator delay really right now. Do you think there's going to be any whack rune choices here for either side, or?
Malphite, Comet, Gragas. Okay, Malphite, Comet, Elise. I don't know, Electrocute or Dark Harvest. I think that's what they go.
I think
Diana,
Conqueror,
or Electrocute. I think Electrocute into Cassidon. Senna probably Glacial. I don't think anything's gonna be out of whack. Maybe Tristana will have. She can choose between
Hail is normal.
Halo Blades and
Hail is a
BTA,
normal
yeah.
one right now.
Skarner definitely Aftershock. I don't know. It could. I think it's just gonna be standard runes.
Oh, nice. My client is glitched. Sick. There we go. Alright, well, we'll load into the game here. Our fancy little transition now, but...
Or Skarner, yeah, true. I forgot. You go...
Yeah, you go phase rush nowadays.
Phase rush.
Super nice in the early game to be able to just kind of run around the enemy jungler. Especially when you have Spires, but... Loading in here for Game 1, match of the week for Week 3, SanaPekoraWatanabe versus Coach Gap. Two of our top teams, pretty much 2 and 3 right now on the PSU LCS ladder, 2 and 4 debatably, depending on who you put in that 3rd, 4th spot. But either way, very strong teams here tonight. Should be a very close match, and we're hoping to see it go the full one-on-one experience here, if not all possible.
Either side going for an invade. Looks like this is gonna be a classical.
Yeah. None of these guys really have the greatest of level 1s, to be honest. You don't really have like Yona or Braum or whatever.
I mean, they have
really blow up
SanaPekoraWatanabe has a really good level 1 just because of Elise E. Senna couldn't level up W.
If you start Ian Elise, you don't have a clear. I'm sorry.
I mean,
So, that is
it's good first
the
blood
most
though, but
painful
yeah.
experience as an Elise to have an E start on first camp. Oh boy, you actually need like a Giga Leash at that point.
I mean, if you get 2 kills, it's worth.
Yeah, if you get 2 kills, it is worth, but God, that hurts. 4022 using the Pro Gragas skin. Winter Ops.
I love that.
It's a great skin, yeah.
Yeah. And I just love the animation too with like the little horse. On Rel.
Oh yeah, where it distorts her entire body into this like spaghetti corpse spammy that doesn't stay on model at all. Yeah, it's one of the first you really see hard break like that. In any event.
Oh, is Elise getting no leash?
Elise
Interesting.
is getting a no leash here, which is odd because Malphite's still fake leashing, which is really strange. Because I feel like if you're gonna fake leash anyway, you might as well just leash your jungler. Vale should be fine here for level 1 is Danny's God finding his way onto Zatai early on. Not too much else there happening. Good trade though for the bot lane. He is not fasting Senna though, so Rel not going to be picking up any substantial extra gold as the support is hammered out. Zatai caught out again. The bomb is onto Danny's God. The heal is there. Exhaust coming down. Going to try to cut away. Flash might need to pull heal out on the Rel as gated. Looking for the kill. Zetai having to burn both summoners as well as a heal. Massive advantage here for SanaPekora in the early game of bot lane. Not sure if Zetai really respecting Danny as God on this Rel pick so far.
That's a really good catch out.
Yeah,
No, Elise is pathing bot side, so there might be a chance that they do take advantage of the Janna flash on cooldown. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, Skarner still doing full clear as well down, so going to be a little bit ahead in farm for the portion of this one. Watanabe is going to do a quick little trade there onto 4022. As Elise, not in vision, Danny's God looking for it. Flashes the tornado, gets the root on to Zetai, and the first blood comes through. Billy D grabs it with a spiderling, and well, you said it, Rohan. They capitalize on the flash. Very nicely done here by SanaPekora.
Okay, it looks like Mike doesn't want to go for a scuttle fight.
Media better, actually very low mana here, as well as level disadvantage. Should be fine to the Caston, but trading very closely. Interesting interaction there with the Malphite. Catalyst gonna hover Veil here, maybe expecting, rightfully so even, Billy D gonna be possibly looking for steady, is gonna break off towards the wrap a bit. As gated, not out, but the time.
Top lane just farm fest. They're actually.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be a gank attempt. Yo Watanabe, no mana on the Malphite. There won't be any Qs coming here. Can't pop the biscuit, try to get them, but I think this is just the kill. E from Catalyst does land. Flash forward, I think, really unnecessary. But it does manage to burn Yo's flash. Looking for the headbutt. Meanwhile, bot side Zetai caught out again. The Janna can't go anywhere. Blitz for the kill, and Yo going to get out as well. Billy D flash forward. The dude flashed away from, but the Q does land, and then Poison able to take down take down 4022, and now it is SanaPekora popping off. Both sides of the map picks made, and very well done by Yo to actually get out of that one on sub 10 HP and still land the kill for the Gragas at least.
Yeah, I think the real thing that made Malphite live there was him flashing the Gragas barrel Q.
I think he also got his biscuit off as well. Yeah, this bot lane is absolutely watching here for SanaPekora. Blish trading extraordinarily well onto Gated and Zatai, as evidenced by already multiple picks on the Janna. And interestingly, we have dragons up on the map. SanaPekora can go look for it, and they are going to have TP advantage with Yo Watanabe, who's decided to actually walk this back up the lane. He's not going to lose that much forward either. So teleport advantage also over to SanaPekora.
It's interesting to see how, despite Zetai getting caught out so much, bot lane Gated is winning in CS compared to Senna.
Yeah, I think it's just going for a lot of poke.
This is also like one of those hard champs to CS with too, just because of her E. It's sometimes unpredictable of how much damage it does.
I didn't realize 40.2 took phase rush on the Gragas. I'm not sure exactly what tank Gragas normally goes, but
Yeah, you go phase rush just
phase rush?
because you poke, you dip out, and you try to abuse Grags' passive of healing and mana regen.
Fair enough. Watanabe feeling, I think, pretty good so far in this lane. Definitely gonna have some mana trouble comparing to the Gragas, but so far great.
Oh, this is interesting. Malphite didn't go corruption pot. He went D shield
yeah,
instead.
he did go D shield. I'm a bit interested on that one. They're looking for a fight in the bot lane. Danny's God finds Catalyst on the Gromp. It lands a W at Catalyst airborne, but the Gromp blocking Billy D's ability to land a cocoon. The cocoon not out just yet. Danny's God gonna take quite a bit of damage here from the E, but no one can really further pursue farther. So just kind of trade a button being pushed in the bottom lane. Get better. Also looking for Veil. Good trade here with W. Finds the ulti off the Doom. Looking for it. Solo kill! Need to get better, pursues, and you cannot escape even with a flash on a 5-second cooldown. Veil gonna fall there. Need to get better picking up the kill, and this is one of the things we talked about. Diana from ahead of the casting gonna be a huge problem for Coach Gap. Now Dragon also going to be secured. I think we need to be better. Actually, doesn't take the recall here. Possibly gonna call Billy D up to hold the wave mid lane, so he can go back and get some mana. And that's a good Dragon take early on for SanaPekora to continue stacking up for that soul advantage, not letting anything go to waste so far.
There could be a gang top lane soon.
Yeah, they might try for a get on the Skarner here. Catalyst
well,
still
who
not...
knows? Maybe Yo might be able to get a kill on 4022.
Yeah, there's still no impale on Skarner, however, so there's no gonna be suppression to stop Yo Watanabe from getting him with ultimate. Catalyst spotted out on the wards. Not gonna be able to get anything off for free in top lane at least. Bot lane CS return to about even after this wave gets picked up here by Senna.
Another thing that interests me is that for some reason Malphite went cloth armor when enemy has the red team has 4 AP champs.
I'm not sure why he started cloth. Oof. Hextech Alternator is one funky component item. That's a lot of damage off one Diana Q. Veil also already picking up that verdant barrier, so definitely getting some magic resist for these team fights, as most of SanaPekora also dealing AP. And so far, a little bit of a lull stage we get here. 1,000 gold lead for SanaPekoraWatanabe, who've been playing this early game very well thus far, not dropping a single kill. Has now popped up for the dive bot side. They're going to need to get better down as well here. I don't think they spotted out. They're going to bring Malphite down as well. So this is the full 5-stack. This is a lot to commit for one dive. Gated already burned. Need better. Finds the double and the combo to complete. Oh, baby.
I hate to see that. That looks so clean.
That was very well played. The teleport from Malphite in 40-22 on the reset, so he's not even going to get any advantage top lane for Malphite's troubles. And Catalyst completely pushed out of his bot side jungle as well as the full wave loss for Skarner. This is a massive victory for SanaPekora in the early game. Boost that gold lead to already over 2.5K.
All the waves are also so good because top lane was pushing. That was a perfect time to TP there. And mid lane was also pushed towards tower and Cassian couldn't rotate while Skarner just took his top side jungle. So Skarner actually should be behind at least now by a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the consolation prize, Veil is going to be able to get quite a bit of a CS difference in mid lane for the roams of maybe better, but I think it's, if you're SanaPekora, you're pretty happy with how these Diana players are turning out so far.
Elise should at least be like one whole level now ahead of Skarner.
Right there and about. They're going for a trade on Veil, but Catalyst in the area has the impale. Need to get better, know where to go. Suppress the E already proc from Catalyst though. Dragging in the wrong direction. Veil trying to get away. The ignite ticking down will not finish him. Need to get better. Still escaping with the dash. What he's going to do, flash E does not connect. The barrel not either. Need to get better, waiting on the cooldowns. Another E going to be proc. The sun can come through. The cast lands and Veil grabs a bit of extra chip damage. Barely out. Gets the healing from Rel. Still alive. Are you kidding me? He buys so much time, and now the rest of SPW looking for the collapse. The bot lane's able to rotate first. That might just be the end of the play. But so much committed, and now the recommit. Yo Watanabe is here, and he has found Veil. 3-man ultimate from Christy, but Catalyst still able to grab the kill. Rel not able to survive the damage output. It ends up being a 2-for-1 still in favor of Coach Gap.
A little bit too ham there.
Yeah.
Senna was almost there, but
We're gonna get a plate mid lane
unlucky.
still, so maybe. Just not wanting to hit the turret here. A little bit alert to get in the plating gold.
That was a very good exhaust from Janna there.
Yeah.
Onto the Elise.
Absolutely. Now Elise gonna start the Herald. It is spotted out on Vision. I'm not sure if Catalyst and 4022 gonna be wanting to contest that just yet. But still, maybe about 2 minutes on that Herald play. As we see the bot lane just taking over the mid wave before towers are felled. And keep the lanes where they stand. And the plate's unfortunately not going to go down to anyone. Still, Herald secured by Billy D. Has the option to try to put it mid lane, get some early plates before that 14-minute mark, and continue to accelerate SanaPekora as the gold lead has now slimmed to just around 2K at the last fight in mid lane. Sadly for, if you're on Coach Gap's side, both of the kills coming through for Catalyst, who yes will be very tanky on the Scar, but not necessarily the carry you want kills on.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a fight brewing for Dragon up in like 50 seconds.
Yeah, well, Dragon spawning right about now. Watanabe not having teleport, so there's teleport disadvantage for SPW.
Yeah.
Who does have the priority right now to see if they want to contest it. Trying to get back on the map here. Vale might be walking into a cocoon here very shortly if he is not careful to see him get away.
What I feel like is gonna happen, they should be fighting. I mean, I don't think Coach Gap will be able to contest for this Dragon. Just because they're too close to the goal.
I think you, if you're Coach Gap, you have scaling elements, you have the Gragas, you have Skarner, you have Tristana, and you have Cass, and all of which will scale super hard. Let them take one Dragon. Yeah, they're still stacking a skull, but you're gonna get more opportunities, and it's not really necessarily worth it to burn a lot of your time and energy, and possibly gold to contest this.
I really hope.
Look here, Watanabe not really around. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I really hope that the mountain. Oh, it is a Cloud Soul.
Yep.
That means there's gonna be more action. Let's go.
Catalyst is spotted out here. Does have the help of 4022 though, so can proc phase rush and still gonna look for this blue buff is gonna stun up the Malphite. Gragas called down through turret as now just dealing down to 44. Does grab his smite. So he's gonna get away blue buff. That is gonna be ripped out pop mid. 14 minutes, so these plates are all going to be pretty much mopped up. We'll see if they can get the damage down to get the entire turret. They might be able to. It is very low. So yeah, first turret as well. SanaPekora for this early game in mid, 5 plates to boot. Very well, very good look here for SanaPekora so far. 2.7k up as we have a pause.
Apparently, Vale has DC'd.
Yep, there it is on our screen. Happens. Internet is a fickle thing.
So right now, SanaPekoraWatanabe are actually looking pretty good because they're keeping the game fast-paced. Hopefully Cassidy doesn't get to level 16 for SanaPekoraWatanabe, otherwise I believe Coach Gap do have a chance to win.
Sure,
Well, this game is still anyone's favor, but
yeah, they are falling behind right now, but still play a chance to come back. Skarner not necessarily going to be outscaled by Elise, who are going to be very tanky and are always useful with the ultimate. We're going to have to start seeing as well when some of these carries for SPW start paying the QSS tax. I think you definitely need it on Blish. I almost want to see, it sucks to say, but need to get better, possibly pick up an early stopwatch to try to prevent it in the next fight. Because you can start as Zanyas and stuff out of the Impale, and Skarner has to back off. Because needing better is going to be the one doing a lot of engaged damage with the ultimate. And he cannot be getting impaled out of that in these fights, or you lose a lot of effectiveness for SanaPekora. And that's generally going to happen when you get 5v5'd. So, I think that could be an option. Zanya's Hourglass early on, or QSS, which is pretty oof. Yeah, I'm so sorry that we have constant Zanya's sound because someone just put a control ward down. But that's just how it's gonna happen right now.
oh, you can't even move the camera.
Nope, it is stupid. We can't move. There's nothing to be done. As now we're pretty much just waiting on the pause to end. You also set a full item. He's got an item completion over. Oh, we're out of pause, so back into the game. One of the other problem we have is just Yo Watanabe actually falling pretty far behind in 40-22 in XP from how much he's been like sitting, hovering mid lane, looking for a pick onto Caster, onto Tristana on the Malphite. So 40-22 actually having a fair XP advantage in top lane as well as CS advantage. Definitely.
Malphite should hit level 10 after this wave though.
Yeah, he should be evened up. And one thing we haven't seen is Catalyst, besides the Fiesta mid lane, not super active on the Skarner early on. Has just been farming it up, is currently at a disadvantage in camp clear to Elite. I'm going to donate buff here over to the Castle. As bot wave going to be forced down by need to get better. But he's still Yo Watanabe just farm it up on Malphite top. Just chilling on the engage, boy.
There's no real objective in like
no
3
real
minutes.
3 minutes. I kind of like no one to try to pick random fights. Need to get better. Looking for the solo kill. Flashing forward. Doesn't find the ultimate. And yeah, Catalyst is here with the Kev tank. Finds the Impale. Back under the turret. But need to get better. Able to do. Dodges the E. Catalyst now has to be a bit careful as need to get better. Certainly has a lot of damage on the Diana. I think getting a whiff of maybe some other teammates coming down his top lane. Dive on to 40-22. Cocoon lands as the ulti. And it's clean for the kill. Need to get better. Jumping to Catalyst. Trying to get away from Zetai as he has overstayed his welcome. Gaston as well, TPing back in. There's no way that need to get better to find this kill. He looks for the solo. He'll be case for his life. Bomb. Barely gonna take the 38 health. Actually gonna make it so the Tristana not gonna get the kill. Catalyst the one to take it. Need to get better making the best out of a bad situation, but it's still the 1-for-1 cross map. Although they will secure tower topside with the 3-man from SanaPekora.
The only problem with Coach App right now is that they don't have the kills on the right people.
Yeah, it's all on
That would have been so good, yeah. It would have been good if that kill was
They tried to give it the gate and that, like, it was actually the Ocean Dragon healing. The minutia of the Ocean Dragon healing comes in and is able to net need to get better just enough health to avoid the Tristana bomb. As Rohan, since you are not the one with the stream, can you give me a Senna Soul check-in?
She is currently at 34.
So, actually pretty low on the soul count, to be honest.
They've been fighting a lot.
Yeah.
West.
A little bit lower than I thought for how much they had been fighting, but either way, still feeling pretty okay about things so far. Only 16 minutes in, I have plenty of time to scale up. So
we know how strong Senna is, but when does she actually spike? Like, I know it's after Rage Bait, but how many stacks does she usually need?
I'm not sure the exact stack number. I mean, you can technically go as high as you want, but I think once you start getting around the 100 mark range, pretty much means you have taken over the game. In most cases, you just get so much range advantage, you get so strong because of it. As Vale and Yo Watanabe is going to take here on the bot lane. Vale not having the best times in any of these side lanes so far in the cast. Is farming up quite well, 150 CS highest in the game, but
I don't think Malphite wins this though.
no, I don't think he does, especially with how much Coach Cap is. Coach Cap is putting so many resources down here to try to hover Vale bot side. Did the same thing when Need to Get Better was on. They did the same thing with Yo Watanabe.
And they know they're playing there for the win condition, I think.
Yeah.
They have to pray to God Cassidy pops off. If he doesn't, then I don't think Coach Cap has much of a chance
that's something
to
we've
win.
seen that Coach Cap's done. They've won games when Vale is fed and able to impact the actual game himself. But if he's behind, doesn't have much impact. He's just kind of a CC bot or something of the
Also
like.
an interesting choice because I
don't
feel like
I don't like this in SanaPekora at all. I think you're so strong on this team right now. You take the fight and go for drag because you giving this, just giving them more time for souls. Second Herald not really worth a whole lot over the course of the game. And it's a little bit of a misplay on SanaPekora's side to try to go for the trade here.
oh, I like what they're doing here. They're gonna try to trade Dragon for Herald Tower.
Try to get top.
They could potentially get 2 towers here.
Potentially. Gragas is gonna make the recall back, so I'm not sure if they're gonna get both. They're gonna get most of the top side jungle as well.
It's fine. If Skarner doesn't go top lane, then it can be a dive on Gragas. Like Tristana's pushing mid. Like this should be 2 towers.
Yep. They will get the second charge off for sure, but they don't have much of a wave left to follow.
Okay, they're all going back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, almost a prediction there by Billy D on the Cocoon. Very close.
Also, it's a really interesting choice because Coach Cap also have 4 AP, as I was saying before, and Gate is their only AD, but they went Gale Force instead of Kraken Slayer. Creo Force is good against Sana SPW's comp, but this is really interesting. Both sides are both AP heavy.
And I don't know. We're gonna have to see if this bites him in the butt. This trade for topside tier 2 and Herald for the Dragon. As I think SanaPekora would have definitely liked to be stacking up for that soul.
That's true, but I think overall it's worth
Whoa! Catalyst managed to find away the blue.
Overall, I think it's worth for SPW to do that play, just because they need to be ahead in gold. That's the only way they're going to be able to close out the game as fast as possible.
Very true. And now, still another 70 seconds till Baron's on the map. It's going to take a lot longer than that, I think, for either of these teams to really be able to make a push for it, as Coach Cap, despite the early game losses, is playing very safe. Yeah, they are succeeding a lot of farm in some places. Yes, they are succeeding some objectives and others, but they've been trading where they can. They've been playing safe enough that they're not getting randomly picked off and hard snowballed on, so they've been playing this game so far fairly well from the early deficit. Now, still, all your kills are on Skarner. That is the only one who has the extra gold in his pocket, and then again, that is pretty much equalized directly by the Elise, so you don't have any real advantage.
Elise right now actually has a 1k gold lead over Skarner.
Yeah, finds Catalyst. Yeah, Skarner just does not do damage.
Cassidy and Diane have the same amount of gold, and Watanabe has a 1.2k gold lead over 4022.
A lot of that coming off the 2 kills, I would assume.
Even Senna has a 1.2k gold lead over Trist right now.
That's interesting to see the CS lead on Trist, but does have that Winsu's completion, so definitely feeling really good on Senna. Last patch you can really play her as well as this next patch going to be nerfing the Winsu's interaction, so this build's not going to necessarily be all that great. Possible pick on to Catalyst though, he's rooted up. Watanabe commits, gets out before they commit. Well, maybe a little bit too much for the overkill, but they do find the
That should be Baron.
Yeah, this could be the Baron for SanaPekora. Billy D just waiting for Watanabe to get here taking. They're going to start up Baron. Now you do have 2 huge teamfight ultimates down for this team. But does not look like Coach Cap won't extend. That is going to be a 21-minute Baron for SanaPekoraWatanabe. We were talking about ways that they need to cut this game. Maybe there's not an objective for them to take, and instead they're going to force the Baron. And now they have the gold lead I think they're looking for. They're up 7,000 gold near about. 21 minutes. Definitely a commanding presence on the map, and now they're going to have Baron to probably try to push down this tier 2 in mid and bot.
I believe what they should be doing now is they should focus just on 2 lanes now. If they do 3 lanes, it's really easy for Coach Cap to get picks off then. But if it's just 2 lanes, then there's lots of mobility. But Diana, if Diana doesn't have TP, If they go 1-3-1 here, it does prevent Cassidy from scaling too, though, so that works too.
Yep, you already took it away. There's still another minute on Dragon, so it's not like Diana can't get down the bot that fast.
Like right now, it's a really good time for Coach Cap to go in.
Yeah, this is. I mean, Coach Cap. Yes, they have scaling, but at this point in the game, if you just keep letting some sort of snowball on you, because they do have such a gold that they can probably end out the game at some point, you're gonna need to try to find a good engagement somewhere. Try to find a pick onto somebody. Might be the pick onto Watanabe, but they decide to back it off now, given that Danny is God spotted out on the ward.
Dragon spawning in 30, so we might see something there.
Yeah, 2 mid here, so a little bit split here from SPW. Should be better taking into Vale, who actually has the advantage here with the Everfrost so far, not taking near as bad of a trade. They're going to have to clear out the Baron empowered midway before they can go down back to Dragon, and that's going to give SanaPekora quite a bit of time to start clearing out this vision, make sure that it is as scary as possible to check into at least Malphite Rel.
They have to.
I think you might have to give it his Coach Cap here. I'm not sure if you can actually get a solid in here without vision control, but they're going for Blish. The ultimate turret by 4022. He's down. The shutdown from Vale. And now the fight breaking out. There comes the Malphite on the back end. Diana not able to find too much against Catalyst, surviving on very low HP. Billy D in the darkness of the repellent. He comes back down. 4022 finally dies, but Vale cleaning up the kills where he can. Naden jumping forward, looking for Billy D. Goes down to Smite. Need to get better, able to grab the kill. And although it was a beautiful engage from 4022, SPW, they have the gold lead, they have the numbers, and they are able to close out the fight 3 for 4.
That's so bad too. Like they got a really good pick off of Senna, but they didn't get any of their major carries down. So like Cassin got gold, but like Diana, Malphite, and Lee still have shut down gold. Maybe we'll see Cassin pop off then, but
I mean, yeah, you get a lot shut down goal on the Veil, so he does have some options here. And I mean, that just shows how good some of these team fights can be around the Gragas top, around the Cassin, we can actually do a lot of damage. You have a great
there.
ADC has gone from nothing, and yeah, Gated able to get some damage off as well, but
he got damage off, and then and then Lee's just one-shot him. That was so unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great pick by 4022. Bush had legitimately no chance to play the game. And I mean, the nice thing is Malphite actually, I think SPW actually went harder if Malphite's there from the beginning, but.
Yeah, Malphite had a really good ult there. He got Janna while she was ulting there too, and someone else. I think it was a Catalyst. I don't remember.
That definitely helps with the fight, but now still a sizable 7k gold lead. The gold difference actually not changing very much. As there's a few shutdowns here and there for SPW to pick, or for Coach Cap, sorry, to pick up the fight.
Baron has also worn off now, so he'll be back to a stalemate farming for another 2 minutes, I think.
Another 2-3 minutes here. Once we do the next Baron, we might see something. I do like what SPW is doing as a team. Something that you love seeing teams doing is actually going around the next objective and clearing out enemy vision, as well as placing your own, just kind of like cycling it out, so that it's very scary for the enemy team to check into you, and you can also look for a good pick that they found on a Catalyst the last time they made the Baron dance, which netted them the 21-minute Baron. And so far, SPW certainly seem like they are a cut above their competition, as they are not giving much of a chance, but possibly needing better, getting picked in the top lane, going down to half HP, and tries to find the ultimate, only finds on Skarner. Good Zion to avoid a lot of the damage, but I think he's still getting hit by the bomb. Yep, shut down for Gated, as now it is an absolute cluster. Gated finally goes down to Blitz, but the cast is still alive. Catalyst finds the tail on the Blitz, and now it might be time for Cassin to shine, but he's picked away by Billy D, and I just don't think the gold is there. Billy D standing for Jungle Dip, as they're able to pick off some of this inhibitor turret to increase their gold lead to probably around 9 to 10k, as Catalyst, the last member standing, cannot get in here to clear at all.
If they take this inhib, they have to end before the inhib swans back up again. Otherwise, Castin is just going to get free from top.
And certainly looking very scary here in that last fight. Again, one of those ones where just super close to turning the other way. If it just wasn't an astronomical of a gold lead, I think you do have Coach Cap, again, picking a very good fight. They find the pick on, need to get better. They initially burst the Diana down, who eventually the shutdown, even going on to Gated, which is huge for the sides of Coach Cap to get some gold on their AD carry. But in the end, they just don't have enough to throw around, not enough ultimates to push onto Billy D, who just ends up cleaning up house at the end of the fight.
Like, although Diana got caught that fight, Coach Cap were really clumped up together, which just made it really easy for SPW to do what they do best, which is kill people in AoE situations.
8k gold lead with Baron falling. Now the top inhibitor, sadly enough, isn't going to do a ton for SanaPekora, as they when they want to play around the Baron pit, they're not really going to have like someone splitting all the way across the map that has to push out a wave or anything special like that. It is just right there.
Yeah. But always going to slow push anyway towards their tower, so they lose more. See Coach Cap lose more gold, but I think this is going to be the last or second last fight of the game.
Possibly. We could see more if Coach Cap managed to pull it out, but so far not much to do. Gragas going down toward the bot side. 4022 does have the teleport, so nothing to really fear for him there. Is possibly, I don't know if they have vision on these resets.
They should start Dragon.
Here.
Yeah, they have to start Baron soon. Otherwise, Dragon.
Yeah, Cass is on a recall as well. Teleport 4 Veil, so he can't get back in the fight very quickly. I see this takes from Coach Cap on the Dragon. They might just look to trade to try to stall out the Soul. Spawn the 42nd, but I think SanaPekora going to be able to just take Baron and then rotate immediately down to Dragon Pit. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to go for the fight. Nope, you're going to go recalls. They're going to see another Drake.
30 seconds. It takes 30 seconds with home guard boots to get to Dragon too.
Yeah, they're gonna look for the bush cheese. Will he get caught? Has the repel available? Catalyst, they see it coming. They know. Hex flashes the other way. Decides not to go in. And now it is. Yeah, they're gonna have to see this as well. Coach Cap decide not to take the fight. They see Watanabe. They do not want to have to deal with this stuff before. So they're going to call back out Vale, though, with the teleport to mid lane. So this is going to be the final contest. This is the final scuffle here towards the end of the game, as we have all 5 grouped up for some good old Dragon Dance. Catalyst pops the Kev, take immediately into it as Watanabe finds Mick on catch, and there goes the engage, and the damage is absolutely massive. Coach Cap, they tried to contest, but they stood no chance at all. That's going to be the soul over to SanaPekora. Don't lose a single member. And that's probably going to be the end through top side as that wave pushing forward.
Yeah, it takes about 20 seconds to end from just going into the base and trying to end the game through tower, killing towers and things.
Yeah, this should be the end of the game. I mean, they might have to wait one more
There might be one more fight, but
there might be one more, because the Catalyst will be up 40-22, will be up, Zentai will be up, they will be the 5-man strong without the Malphite ult or the Diana ulti available, so it's going to be definitely a little bit time. They're going to go for the pick beforehand. They have not gotten the second inhibitor yet. They finally put it down. Vale is behind enemy lines. He's on the flank looking for something to turn this game around, to save it from the brink. Instead, SanaPekora electing to not push their luck here, electing to not throw the game. Instead, they're going to take the soul. They'll take the 11k gold lead.
SPW has an 11k gold lead right now.
Yeah, that is absolutely massive. And they're going to look for one more fight. Need to be better. Finds some engagement. Unfortunately, does not pop the ultimate yet. Misses the ult flash combo. The day is gone, trying to be engaged. Finds something on the Vale, who's stunned up, bursted down. Blish with the kill, and another coming through onto 40-22. The impales onto the support. Danny's got the very tanky. Go off the back, kill him in the backside. That's gonna be your game. SanaPekora showing up in game 1, 25-7. The kill difference, and it wasn't even close, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 assuredly to SanaPekora.
Really well played, Vibe.
That was very well played. Early game, mid game, and late game. You have one fight mid lane that goes the way of... Oop, I have the wrong screen up. My apologies. I did not change my key bindings. Keck W. But yeah, very well played early game by SPW. Transitioned well into mid and then did not really let anything go in late game. Maybe the one questionable trade with Dragon for Herald, but certainly worked out in the end, as that top lane certainly a crux to lean on for that victory. And with that, we're going to go to a brief intermission so I can update some graphics and stuff. But you guys, stay tuned in just a few as we're going to get game 2, which if it's anything close to as spicy, should be a banger as well. All right, welcome back to Week 3 of the PSU LCS, where we have Game 2 of SanaPekoraWatanabe and Coach Gap. If you're just joining us from Game 1, SanaPekora taking a hard stomp victory in the first match. 14k gold at the end, 27 kills to very few on the side of Coach Gap's end. As now, we're just waiting on Pick Band to start here for Game 2. Anything you'd like to see adaptation-wise from either of these teams, Rohan? Agreed. SanaPekora, pretty much same bands as last time. Coach Gap taking away the Blitzcrank and the Hecarim. Looking maybe for a Thresh band as well, as that's one of Dania's God's preferred picks outside the Rel. Instead, they're going to take the Rel away this time around. Maybe an Udyr band here on R3? Zettai does not mind the Morgana, so could be something they look for, especially with how aggressive they wanted to play bot lane early. It said they're going to grab the Senna immediately, lock that one away. It does not get through to the second round. Tristana has a fine matchup into it, I believe. It's not necessarily the best, but you do have to play it with a very aggressive support to really put Senna down in the early game and prevent her from scaling. So I'm not sure exactly what you'd like to go with AD here. I mean, Kai'Sa's always still an option if you want to try to go that route. Also, it'd be interesting to lock in this early on, I think. I think you're maybe looking to see what the enemy support pick is, but they're going to lock away the Alistar, looking for, again, a more engaged support route, which has been doing so well for SanaPekora. And now, still looking for possibly ADC pick here, so they don't have to blind anything else other than support in this first round. Jinx would not be bad. Said they're going to lock away Malzahar for need to get better. I think that might... Oh, that's Xayah. Okay, that is Xayah. That is not Malzahar. That is Xayah. Makes a little bit more sense at this point in the draft, but Xayah certainly can scale up with the setup. It has a lot of damage, but does struggle quite a bit in the early game, so this not going to be nearly as dominant lane as they immediately lock Galio and J4, so going for... I think they saw what the potential of the Wombo was game 1. They're looking for it game 2. Ooh, an Olaf for... It's an... Okay. Agreed. I think SanaPekora maybe going to look to pinch off some of the... Either top lane... I mean, they're going to pinch top lane or support, but I think I'd like to see more of the support picks. And they're respecting the Galio flex. Yep, Malphite banned away. Camille as well banned away by SanaPekora. And then finally the Darius ban by Coach Gap. SanaPekora probably going to lock in what I assume is top lane here, as the Galio flex still alive and well. Top lane is certainly more influenced by counterpick from, I guess, the lack of ease of jungle access in the longer lane. So it can't be much harder to play. They are going to lock in the Echo. So I think a fairly aggressive mid lane pick here for need to get better. Definitely has a lot of roam potential and can certainly snowball. As once that champion gets ahead, can be very oppressive with the ability just to dip out of fights with the ultimate ability. Can you not hear the music? Can you guys not hear the music on stream? There's no music on stream right now? Can they hear you on stream? They can't hear you either. Oh, this is just Sag. I don't know why this does it occasionally. That's super strange. Alright, well, I'm going to go figure out that one, so give me 1 minute on cast. This happens from time to time, and I don't know why, per se. Well, keep telling me if you guys can hear anything music-wise, and we're just going to keep playing it. As you guys can see, the conclusion of the draft here with SanaPekora. We're going to lock in one more here. Zoe Jace can be the round out for Coach Cap, so it is going to be the Galio support. Rohan, if you just want to stay on stream and see if you can hear it at all. You guys hear Rohan last game?
I have no idea. I wasn't watching.
Just say in the chat when you guys actually hear music. You was? Okay, that's really strange then. I don't know why you wouldn't be getting picked up this stream then, but I'm going to mute myself here real quick, and we're going to try to fix this one. Tell me in chat, you need to tell me when you can start hearing music, okay? That's your job. Alright, we'll see you guys here back in a second.
I can hear the music now. I can hear myself too. So.
Alright, sick. We got it. There we go. I don't know why I did that. I just had to disable and re-enable the desktop sound, so we're going to do that. I mean, I guess as long as you guys heard Rohan last game, it's all good. So, as long as he wasn't like muted for an entire stream, that would have been nice. But, we do have the Olaf here as well as Kled for SanaPekoraWatanabe. Kled into Jace. I'm not sure if you have any light to shed on that matchup, Rohan, because I have no idea.
And Kled has a chance to win, I think, but Jace is also like a skill matchup, so it'll be a fun top lane to see, I think.
Definitely a lot more aggressive than Ragus Malphite, just smacking it out up there.
Team comp wise, I don't know. They both again have good team comps. Jarvan can go in, but Clint can also help his team disengage with his ultimate too, if like say they want to go in, or he can engage with it too. Zaya's a really good pick because Zaya's ultimate just stops a lot of stuff from
There's a lot you can use with the Blade Caller, try to disengage Root Galio in place, can stop center from advancing, Jarvan, Jace, all that stuff, so certainly a lot of stuff to be had as I think both these teams really do like fighting against some small corridors. Echo with the AoE stuns off of the parallel convergence. A lot of stuff, a lot of tricky stuff both these comps to do. The Echo Zoe matchup, I think more skill-based than anything else, because if Echo gets on top of Zoe, there's not really much that Veil can really do against the sheer burst damage that Echo can pose in certain instances, but when that bubbles enough poke land, Zoe can certainly have a very oppressive feeling in the matchup.
Oh, true. You play Zoe too, right?
A little bit. I would not say I'm good enough to like be super knowledgeable into the Echo matchup, but I do play Zoe from time to time.
Who do you think wins at least, or?
I think early on Echo pretty much can win. He has fairly reliable wave clear once he gets his Q maxed up. Get some levels on that. I think Echo has a harder first item spike in most cases.
Echo's also really good with roaming too.
Yeah, I think Zoe, once she gets like her first item, can really start clearing against Echo and can certainly have a lot of impact if she can land her poke So if you're consistently poking out with the auto attacks primarily, that's how Zoe wins this lane. Is you continue to get stuff on your W, proc auto attacks, your empowered auto attacks from your passive off the spell cast. That's how Veil's gonna play this lane against Echo and really abuse the fact that Echo is still a melee champion despite his spells and dashes. Try to poke him out much when he comes up for wave, comes up for any type of lane pressure. Certainly that's a little bit more impressive when you have to worry about a Jarvan the fourth who can just run into your lane EQ combo in the bubble and you are not too long from an express ticket to the fountain.
Also, I do believe that Jace wins early, at least because of his poking early, but Kled, I think, has a higher chance to win top lane.
I think, yeah, once Kled starts getting some
3.
tank items especially, it's going to be a lot harder to burst him down. Because that champion does not mind at all going with the tabbies early on.
If I do recall correctly, Kled also goes Gore Drinker too, so...
I believe so, yes. I'm not sure. He might go Stride Breaker in the new builds, but who knows. It's up in the air. Bruiser builds are weird right now.
Pretty diverse though, I like it.
True. Alright. And again, we have two teams that have a lot of options to do for team fighting. You have more of a wombo combo comp for Coach Cap that you saw last game. The guy who can go in on top of Jarvan, Jace, Zoe, and Senna are also great at doing poke comp stuff where you can just kind of like chunk out your enemies before they can get on the objective. So a good mix here from Coach Cap that we've seen in the past workout.
Coach Cap, yeah, Coach Cap's comp is also good for poking them out.
Very
too.
good poke comp. And then SanaPekora still going for more of an all-in style. You have Xayah who can kind of mind her own business on the backline, really set stuff up as a follow-up engage almost once you get the blade collar out there. Alistar is good at peel, can't get in as well. Echo wants to go in, again, has a little bit of self-heal with the ultimate to have a little bit more versatility to try to like engage, disengage, kind of like what Coach Cap was trying to do last game. And then Olaf and Kled want to go in. They want to get in there. They're going to be very tanky boys. I'm assuming both building, again, that bruiser style. Have a lot of health, a lot of damage, a lot of self-sustain in these team fights. And one thing Coach Cap's is scared about is just like, don't let these guys get on top of you. Because once they do, I mean, you are a poke comp, but once you are chunked, you are very easy to take out. As the Zoe, as the Jace, as the Senna for a lot of these champions, especially when Xayah hits 3 items, you can legitimately one-shot pretty much anyone under 2k HP if you have anyone to set up a blade collar for you.
True. Like I personally favor SPW's comp over Coach Cap just because Coach Cap looks really squishy other than the Jarvan.
I'll say
Like,
this, I like SPW's comp in a vacuum as well as Coach Cap's comp in a vacuum. I think Coach Cap's comp is much harder to execute on. I think a lot of times go out. Yeah, you have some ease of access like Galio and Jarvan, which are not necessarily complicated champions, but to run a poke comp and to set up around objectives, you have to already have leads. You cannot be behind. You have to play laning phase very well. There's so much stuff that has to go right for them to really come into their own. I think that's where they could potentially fall short, is in they don't get the leads they need to, they don't get the gold they need to, and they don't get the setup around objectives that they want to really be able to chunk out these members like Olaf, like Kled, and Alistar and Xayah before fights kick off. And that's going to be eventually what ends up hurting them in these team fights. If they can't set up around objectives and can't get advantage before the engage comes in, they're just going to get bursted down.
Yeah, I think also like whichever team starts an objective and stays in the pit, I think that's the team that's gonna lose unless they like drag Dragon out and they have to make sure they have like 2 or 3 kills before they do Baron, unlike last game where they could just kill Skarner and
yeah. Zoe around Baron is one of the
W.
scariest things on planet Earth because she can legitimately 100-0 someone on Baron without being that far ahead, just from the damage you get from Palistar as well as Baron continually ticking you down. Zoe and Baron is a very scary combination to run into, especially... This is one thing I also talk about for Coach Cap. You had to have really good vision control as Coach Cap, which is not something they had in the last game due to the advantages accrued in the solo lanes, bot lanes, and jungle positions, so everyone on the map. You really, as Zoe, you need... Zoe and Jace, when you want to try to do this poke, you need vision support. You need advanced vision where the enemy's going to come through so you can actually land skill shots. You can't just be running in blind on these champions and expecting to be able to just chunk the enemy team out. Yeah, you get a lucky one here or there and it helps, but if you want to consistently be able to help your team before fights start and really not have to deal with the engage comp, you need advanced vision, and that's something we did not see from Coach Cap in Game 1. We've seen it in other games, so going to be looking for them to really take the, I guess, early emphasis. See people start going in around 1 minute, seeing Zetai get in there with Catalyst and start placing wards down very long before Dragon, and then beyond that, defending that vision so it's not cleared out by SanaPekora and being able to then land that poke as you set up for the objective. Because like you said, whoever actually starts at first is going to lose, so what Coach Gap wants to do is they want to try to push them off of the objective and not be able to contest because those health bars are so low.
Yeah, that's where the poke comp comes in.
Yep.
But then again, while they're poking, they could maybe flank because Echo has his W, which is really useful with his E. And Echo's probably going to go Proto Belt this game too.
Yep. Do have an extra teleport on SanaPekora, so gonna have a little bit more map pressure in that regard. Has a little bit more options for who goes into a side lane, because Echo definitely not the worst champion to have split pushing bot. Zoe, on the other hand, could have some problems with that one, but we'll have to see how it ends up playing out as we get back off the game. Game 2! SanaPekoraWatanabe versus Coach Gap. SanaPekora looking for the 2-0 to cement themselves as pretty much the number 2 team in the league thus far.
Do you think there's going to be an invade?
There could be. They're looking doing something interesting here. Yeah, Billy D finds Zetai, who doesn't move.
Zetai has
to
flash this.
Yeah, he's gonna have to flash because the undertows are gonna queue everything. Finds the taunt, the slow from the queue, not gonna let. Oh, nope, he's gonna get out fine. Billy D whiffing.
I don't think it would matter.
No, probably not. I think they might be able to get a flash there as Senna gonna pick up the soul. But yeah, it's gonna take some chunks. In any event, Zetai has to take a recall, so it's going to be a little bit later to this objective. They do get deep vision for Coach Gap on the transition bush there between Raptors and Red Buff. So they're going to know what Olaf's pathing is. They're pretty much going to know that he is starting bot side immediately by that ward. And likewise here for SanaPekora, although because it's a red buff war, they're not going to see necessarily what Jarvan's doing because they won't know if he goes Raptors, they won't know if he goes Wolves, so they're kind of going to be guessing on what camp Catalyst is playing. Going for the 3 camp, going for a 5 camp, how exactly he's looking to play this one. What's that here? Veil. Yep, there's what we're talking about. Just that auto attack poke onto a melee champion like Echo, going to continue to chunk him out throughout this laning phase. Has the correct spots as well, so he's willing to trade some sustain. Yeah, already has to pop one, so need to get better. Definitely not feeling best here in this lane to start.
I think this spot lane is going to be even, or maybe in
spot lane should be
Coach Cap's favor. Yeah.
Zaya is very weak in the early game. Has a lot of trouble doing a lot of damage. Gated also, as you can see, doing quite a bit of poke here with the Qs.
That was a really good pick into Alistar.
Yep. Need to get better. Ignited by Veil. Possibly looks for the solo kill, but then back away as he got taunted up before he can get the Q onto Zetai, and now the trade back not necessarily going in SPW's favor. Watanabe also having a lot of trouble in the top lane, so lane's certainly looking much less dominant than we saw in game 1.
I mean, yeah, right now Kled is just level 1. What happened in top lane is 422 tried to get the wave to push towards him, but then for some reason ended up making the wave push towards Kled, which is kind of weird.
And he's Jarvan going for the 4 camp, a bit interesting on the path, and goes Raptors, Wolves, Blue, and then going for the Ace, so ignoring Rom for now.
I see, it would have been really nice if Jace's had let the lane push towards him still, but Jarvan.
Ooh, Watanabe possibly in trouble here as the tank coming in. We'll go through there. Watanabe goes off of Scarl. The immunity actually lets him dodge the flag and drag from Catalyst, so well played by the Kled. 42
Olaf might get a kill here though. There's a high chance.
Very on the low side of things and does have.
You have to go for Scuttle.
Yeah, Veil.
Hate to see it.
Veil has all the mid prio. He's landing the bubble here. As bot lane, God looking for it again. Taunted up by Zetai. Finds the Q this time around. Zetai rooted up, going very low, but Denny got down as well as the heals come through by both ADCs. Zetai burning, not going to fall down just yet. The statue not as flammable as Danny would like to see. But yeah, very, very nice trade there by Blish, and Danny is got he has another coming. Blish takes that W for, I'm not sure how that hit. That was some real nice lollipopping. Zaya did not find the blade collar, and now we'll take the solid butt end of that trade.
Right now, Blish looks like he's playing with fire. Galio could have gone in any single time there.
This is very tight as mid lane already a pretty huge CS advantage as well, 19 to 7 for Vale. Certainly not necessarily what you want to see. But Echo gonna be certainly fine. Wants to try to get around, roam around the map. Again, as is Zoe, but not as much of an onus to do so. Vale calling for help to break this freeze in the mid lane. Be better looking for a kill here on the Vale. Will find the parallel convergence, but just wants to get away as does chunk the Zoe out. Very hard to continue this freeze in the bot lane for now, as Catalyst gonna try to break it for him, but might not be what Catalyst wants to take. Is need to get better. Does chunk him down to around half HP as he jumps back towards the jungle. Speed though broken. And Bush continuing to play very aggressively on the Xayah. Alistar quite a bit of way away. Zetai always good look for the E into W. Get that taunt on Xayah. There's not really much that Bush would be able to do in that situation.
Right now, coach. Right now, SPW cannot. SPW's bot lane can afford to do that just because they knew where Jarvan was, and they know that he's going topside now again.
Yep. Now, well done by actually Nivea better on that mid lane freeze, forcing Zoe to take a really weird recall. So because he evens up the CS, he's gonna take a recall of his own. He does have to expend his teleport to do all this, of course. So good to account for that, but eliminates a lot of the early game disadvantage of Echo. As YoWatanabe trading, 41-2 though is a level up on the Jace. Goes Hammer Form, doesn't find anything to get. Not gonna get Scarl so far. And the bot lane gated and Zetai finally getting some push priority here. Gonna fight some skip damage on the Danny has got, and so far a fairly slow game compared to game 1.
Yep, they can afford to do have the slow pace game because they don't really have a threat of like a Casted.
Vale, good blue smite to try to get better off of him.
Is SPW gonna go for their first dragon?
It looks like they've not a bot priority, which is a bit odd.
Jarvan is also at bot side. They don't know where Jarvan is currently.
Hey, YoWatanabe also dismounted, so can't really teleport down on Sledge right now. So this could be a little bit dangerous, but I don't think they're going to look to contest it as Jarvan instead goes for the lane gang. And yeah, Bush is nowhere to run, nowhere to go. First blood on the Catalyst. Well played by the side of Coach. Had to set that one up, but it is going to be traded for that initial Drake.
That was a good first blood by Kush Gap. However, I do wish that the gold was on Senna instead, maybe.
Yeah, it would have been a lot nicer if you start getting that accelerated scaling. Jarvan, of course, not really that good. And Billy D, I believe, stealing that one away. But now, possibly a fight. Parallel convergence going to be disengaged. And yeah, Skullcrap stolen away. Catalyst not getting that one. The small wins. We take the small victories here.
Yeah, like right now, Coach Gap is ahead by 1k.
Yep.
It's really interesting. Because first blood, I think, gives 600 gold total.
It's 450 plus assists. Assists are 50.
Yeah.
So you got off of that kill, you got around 500 for your team. You do have a lot of CS advantages, especially through not so much now, but
yeah, I'm surprised Cled is able to keep up with farm against Jace into a range into melee matchup.
yeah, he's got to pick up a lot of this wave though here on 4022, so they're gonna get a lot of that gold back. This seems to be where a lot of that initial gold lead was found. There's another large wave pushing the bot side, so advantage again gonna be over to Gated on the Senna. All up though, creeping into the alcove. Let's make some season 10 style of play.
SPW wants revenge.
Yeah, they wanna run it back here. No flag and drag though for the engage. Gated still gonna raise that. I think they're gonna have to bounce this before they can look to make the play. But Zetai gets a very greedy. Gated going lower. They're gonna try to force it anyway. Danny's God does not grab Gated. He's able to flash away from the Blade Caller. Now Zetai though in trouble. No Blade Caller found, but Billy D finds Undertow. And that will be the double kill. As I'm not sure how he got on the Senna. Maybe the axe found him on the back side, but either way.
I'm surprised that axe killed her. She had like good health.
And now you have, I mean, they wanted revenge and they got 2 for the price of 1 on the overall trade. And that's going to put them back in the gold lead as well as getting a lot of plates here. That's a massive loss here for Gated as he's going to sacrifice the entire wave. Riptail though, started up by Catalyst, found out by Nitty Better, who steals the Herald and is going to get the kill as well. The mid lane for SPW.
That is a tilter.
Big, and they managed to force out the flash before he's going to do. YoWatanabe continuing to try to go under, but he doesn't have the dive potential just yet. Fortunately, not being as much damage as he thought. He has to back away after using the charge. great steal by the Echo. Gonna get a lot of plays. YoWatanabe in some trouble. Has to burn the flash as well. 22 takes advantage of the health deficit. There's a little brush cheese. Able to force YoWatanabe to problem. Use TP as Harold summon up mid lane. Need to get better. Gonna collect on some of the plating gold as he roam up and helps his jungler secure the skeleton trap. YoWatanabe misses the Q on the 40-22. And that will
See it. Like if Kled had his ult there instead of wasting it before, he probably could have killed him.
Probably can be close to thereof.
Doesn't really matter. 40-22, probably going to TP back top.
More than likely will. As Billy D
Or
once
maybe-
again, pretty massive difference here in Crew in the Jungle. Already 500k ahead despite not having the first blood kill. 20 and up, still having a round in camp as well as Catalyst. Gonna look for the gank top lane though to equalize that as YoWatanabe goes into off Scarl, I should say. Billy D though able to come up here disengage. He's gonna continue to look for more with the Undertale. Not find it. And just gonna have to pick up this wave here for the Kled. It's not really worth for YoWatanabe. He's gonna have to burn TP, go down even more CS in 40-22 in the 1v1. Billy D though perfectly happy to pick up some more farm and gold on the Olaf. Alright. Now bot lane back to more of an even state of mind. Not too much to go on with.
Dragon is up in 30 seconds, so
Yep.
we might see something happen again there, but I think the chances are pretty low just because Olaf has
reset
a...
off Billy D here. You have trial a bot lane for SPW. They should be able to pick up the second dragon. Not really much of a problem.
Yeah, Olaf right now is one whole level above Jarvan. Jarvan just hit level 7.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think SPW is
on the
far
need to get
ahead.
Olaf back down here first place. Of course, a lot of this vision is also roam from Danny as God, just roaming up towards that mid lane there. And they should be able to secure the second dragon, no problem, as they'll, I think, not going to be looking to test this game super readily. Are going to give up a bot route, so I'm not exactly going to be able to get up there. Yeah, they're going to have to...
40-22 is not there.
Ooh, burns the Tide's flash. Now Monster's turn, as now comes Scarl. YoWatanabe not going to be able to find on the backline, is gated. Pass to run away. Zetai going through. Bubble going to connect, but it's not going to do much damage. Zetai finds it. The Cataclysm on 3. This could be the fight that Coach Cap was looking for. Echo ulti away, but the damage is already done. The burn coming through. Shut down for the Senna. Zetai W back over the wall. YoWatanabe coming under for the dive. He does have stars with cannon to send that turret dagger. Zetai falling very low, but he doesn't go down just yet. They might look to continue. Did he get better? Flashing under the turret, but he autos it instead of Zetai. Oh, it's a disaster. Featherstorm used to burn the aggro. Now Blitz looking for it. Blade Caller finds everything. One more auto will do it. And the setup finally falls, but it's a 2-4-3 in favor, I believe, of SPW. They will grab another play bot side, but most importantly, that dragon's still not going to go down. So Olaf running back bot side, and all the while, it is 40-22 on the top side of the map, just picking up plates and picking up gold on this Jace pick.
That was an amazing fight for Coach Gap, but I just don't think they had the damage. 40-22 was pushing top lane, so I don't think Coach Gap should have committed that hard, but it was a pretty good 4v5.
Well, there's nothing that Kled can do. That is a
Overall,
ton of gold on a Jace.
Yeah.
Jace is almost 2k in the lead of Kled now in gold. It's almost a 2k gold lead.
And now Coach Cap's going to be able to
Yeah, now
secure this
Coach Cap going to be able to try to get the
Good
dragon.
move.
Ball lane has to reset. So all in all, I think the fight going the way on Coach Cap wanted it. They're going to get a second Drake.
Yeah, they almost came out even in a 4v5, which is really good for Coach Cap.
I think if Need to Get Better doesn't overextend on the dive there on Echo, probably ends up
Probably
being
they could have gone
Dragon.
Dragon, yeah.
You get the overextend on the dive, you don't really get a clean one, Blitz has to burn all flash.
Now, whatever gold lead they had from before is reduced down to
Negligible.
700.
Negligible.
Yeah.
So I think a little bit of a throw in terms of early game from SanaPekora. Overswing on the dive. Is Zetai now going to have to try and get away? Olaf in the area. Blitz takes the W. Gage will force forward as Tom comes on Danny's God and burns the flash once again off Gage, who I don't think has had it off CD the entire game. Need to be better. Also keeping in behind. Has to be careful. Dodges away from the super trouble bubble. He might be in trouble regardless. The Cataclysm will come in. Finds the other. Tendai times it perfectly with the E and gated the benefactor of that kill. And once again, the overstep in the bot lane met in kind with the force required. Coach Cap takes another, and now it's an even game for both teams. Echo falling behind here, I don't think what Coach Cap, or not Coach Cap, SPW wants to see. They want to see the Echo ahead of Zoe, want to be able to see him like provide that one-shot utility onto, you could say, onto Senna and Zoe, but...
The idea was there, however, they didn't
couldn't find
calculate for gated flash.
Now, I think it's going to be the dragon scaling pretty much even on both sides. You're going to have a very late soul here for these two teams who both have junglers who really want to try to get soul early. I see a lot of pings on Rift Herald here for the side of Coach Cap. We're going to try to keep accelerating this game state. And one thing we need to talk about in draft is Coach Cap going to need to grab the leads consistently and early on, judging that they are the post comp. They want to have the advantage so they can do significant damage to the opposing team. And now, BD looking for 40-20, do need to get better also in the area. Pops Ragnar immediately, 40-22 has flashed away, but there's the pursuit. The Galleon's not going to matter when they assemble the game. Able to grab one kill, but he's traded back immediately. He's able to find a catalyst looking for the Cataclysm. He doesn't have it off cooldown just yet. Rest of the team can zone him off, but bot lane turns down. They're going to continue pushing on to this tier 2, so even if they get the Herald here, probably a worthwhile venture for SanaPekora. They're going to get 2 turrets off of this push. Wow, Gated. Not sure how that
that was
W hit,
good.
but
W.
it does in fact hold down. 40-22 knocked me up enough time to really save this tier 2 bot lane, so very long lane for Coach Cap down to play. Now Gated just fucking off into bed. Yeah, Senna's got a lot of gold this game. This is not like last game when Coach Cap's carry did not have anything to go off of. Gated in trouble here. Cataclysm there with great ult for me to get better dodge and CC. Galio not going to be able to find him as well. That was saying, yeah, Gated with a lot of Coach Cap's gold, going to be able to have a massive impact on the team by how much damage he's going to be able to do. Other than it's a bit interesting that we're seeing a Zoe go Leandries. I think you like maybe in this matchup more of the pen that you'd get, but understandable given that you do have 3 tanky boys. Now we just kind of slow down again. As again, about a 1,000 gold lead for SanaPekora. Nothing insane for them right now. A lot of that off of the standing tower gold that was secured in bot lane. So not
Who do you think
necessarily
is who do you think on what's it called? Coach Cap is gonna get executioners first, or Grievous wins?
It's a good question.
I feel like only maybe Jace or Zoe can get it. Cause Senna can get it, but I don't think she applies it. Actually, no, she can apply pretty well with her Q.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be appropriate this game, just cause Clyde healing and Olaf
You
healing
definitely
later.
need Grievous to lose this game for sure. And Xayah also generally taking Bloodline and taking a lot of life steal damage as well, so certainly helps. Is Vale able to find a good chunk there onto Danny as God?
Dragon is up in 30 seconds,
Yeah, this
so...
is some of the poke we were talking about, just chipping away at these engaged chips on the side of Coach Cap. He's gonna take another one to the face. Another pass line. Has popped the ulti as well. Should have popped it earlier if he thinks he was necessary. He's gonna die as well. Vale, a solo kill onto the Alistar. And that is the theory of this competition. That is what Coach Cap want to do. It's gonna be most certainly the next dragon as they pop Rifthold in mid on this tier 1 as well. Very late Herald to this tower, not long for the Rift. Maybe better still looking for a flank, but I don't think he'd be able to find it, but this should be both the objectives for Coach Cap. Not much SanaPekora can't do at this point with their Alistar down. Try to take the Herald out here and dodge away from some skill shots and hopefully be able to grab what they can. Second charge does hit onto that tier 2 mid lane turret. Overall, Coach Cap playing that one very nicely. Off of the back of Vale finding some good paddle stars, and they're going to grab the dragon to boot. There's the flying drag here, so Catalyst really not in any danger. Not sure why we're looking up here for SanaPekora. Another trouble ball finds the play on Danny. God chunks down to a quarter HP. And now YoWatanabe feeling it. Gets in the Cataclysm. Is close, so does have the block away. But Flag and Drag finds 3 right through the Dawning Shadow. And now Vale with another kill off Battlestar. In the backline, Echo finds a ton of damage, and that might be the turn for SanaPekora. Featherstorm finds one as well. Needing better going on a 40-22, but he might be overcommitting. YoWatanabe looking for more. Vale does not just find the bubble. And need to get better, able to pull out the turn there for SanaPekora off what was a great combination from Coach Gap. And now it ends up being SanaPekora off the back of the Dragon, able to find a 2,000 gold lead as well as the mid-tier 1. Blish absolutely massive here as well now on the Xayah, can compete 1-for-1 with Gated. And the Olaf still an absolute menace on the Rift.
That looked like a really good fight for Coach Gap, but I think they overstayed there in the fact that they had probably had a lot of gold to spend because of the fight previously.
Just taking the fight, yeah, I agree with that.
But Echo was huge with that, with his W, focusing the back line while their front line was, Coach Gap's front line tunnel line killing Alistar and, Kled. But even Kled didn't die though.
Yeah, you had a good poke on that. Yeah, Kled managed to flash away with the, off of Scarl rebound, so did manage it out. I mean, Catalyst had a great engage there. I mean, the rest of the team just couldn't catch up at that point, and with Echo on the back line, you end up being your front line separated from your backside. There's no peel that you can really levy, and need to get better to be able to clean up.
Yeah, that was really well played, especially by Blish there with his ult.
Yeah, Featherstorm at the end to grab the kill, certainly a nice thing to see. Is now Baron Vision actually going over to Coach Gap because SanaPekora just coming off this reset here, and some of them still resetting fight to spend their gold. So there is a little window where Coach Gap has some control of this area and really try to pressure something as YoWatanabe gonna take quite a bit of poke from the Zoe.
Yep, this is where you see Zoe starting to pop off. Echo has an advantage early game, and now Zoe is getting her mid to late game advantage here.
Yeah, you already have the Magic Pen as well with the Void Staff component. I forget what it's called off the top of it. Blighted Gem, Blighted Crystal, something like that.
Yep, Blight Jewel.
Blight Jewel, there you go. Something crystalline in nature.
Lighting Jewel. But it's really interesting how Zoe's going Magic Pen when none of SPW is, when SPW really doesn't have any magic resist.
I don't mind that actually, because it's not as bad as it used to be. Now, Zettai possibly caught up, and Danny's got to take a lot of chunk in return. The Galio very shaky down, trying to find the engage. Alazar already down, Cat from the back line as Billy D has nowhere to go. The Featherstorm doesn't find anybody this time around, as there is no Blake Claw to be had. Forty-22 does manage to go down below the Dawning Towers, needing better, trying to get on the back line. Bale going very low, but he lands the bubble, and now Gate is trying to kite away. Battlestar is not here. YoWatanabe, he looks for more, but Gated has a lot of zoning, manages to get into his own speed boost. Now Bale, possibly flashing forward. Q from YoWatanabe missed. That might be a dead Kled. The Alistar comes in, finds the double knockup, Blish is unstoppable. Now the kite back from Coach God. Danny is God also falling towards Gated. Need to get better. Finally finds Vale in the end, and now Gated the last man on the rift for Coach Cap. That is aimed at Galio coming forward. Has the Hero's Entrance. Need to get better though. Finds the kill with a ton of damage off the Lichbane proc, and now you have teleports coming in onto the Baron, I guess, for Coach Gap. A little bit interesting for what to do, but does manage to post a return from YoWatanabe, thinking there might be more incoming. And again, another extraordinarily nail-biting fight for both teams.
You need to get better. Actually, really good in team fights. Abusing the fact that he's Echo, being able to one-shot their squishies.
Abusing the fact that he picked this champion.
I hate going against good Echoes.
Yeah, good Echoes are hard.
Especially because Senna's really, really squishy. Like, she does a lot of damage, but I feel like she's one of the squishiest ADCs. Like, she barely has any survive potential.
She's very squishy on most things. I mean, you do have a lot of peel, you do have a lot of Kaiway and healing that you can levy with your Q, but a lot of it.
If you get on her, then
they
she's
find
dead.
Catalyst here, 2 levels down is the advantage, and now, after a quick rocket belt away, is the disengage, and this Dragon and SanaPekora, I think, really want to contest with the newfound gold. 3k gold advantage, nothing as massive as we saw last game, but certainly a hard one. Danny's got going to deliver the Scuttle Trap over as well. Bale not going to grab that one. And this is going to be a tense standoff here. Like you say, Ron, whoever starts this up, it's probably the one who's going to have the hardest time securing it. Dragon is started off the undertow from Billy.
Especially it being Ocean too. It's just gonna slow whoever gets hit by it.
Yep.
Unless you're
A
Olaf.
lot in
Then.
the back. They're looking to see, I think, Optus Catalyst is currently doing drugs. Vale looking for some poke, but they don't have the vision control on the top side of this river to really do much. And he's got slowly chipping away. Vale looking for the poke. Does not find it even after the rocket belt forward. Here comes Watanabe. They're looking for the engage. Halo converted is fine too, but might not be enough. Pencil on the backline is not met with any other resistance. As Gated has to kite away. Danny better diving in the backline. Finds two. Good knockup by Danny's guys. The Hero's entrance comes through from Zentai. Danny's got still trying to heal, but Billy D has a kill. They all come in as a big battle star. Actually finds a ton of damage on the backline. 40-22 good grab, but the Dragon is secured by Blish. Now 40-22 being peeled away by Danny's guy who's going in for the kill, but ADC is finally doing the battle. Double kill for the Jace as Blish goes dominating. DD better trying to find a kill onto Vale and does so on the Echo. Ends up being a cool team fight for SPW. Don't even need the ADC. Let him secure the objective and get the red buff for his hard work.
SPW there with a really good engage. That definitely looks like a highlight engage.
Yeah,
Ever
absolutely.
seen one?
And you also have this, I mean, that was just played really well. You have the continually, Coach kept getting actually fairly good disengages off of the team fight, being able to kite away. And it's a continued ability of SanaPekora to re-engage, have support for their members. Danny's got going on Alistar when he has sub 200 HP to get these knockups, to get these engages. And then they're finally able to get Blish into the fight after the Dragon secure, continue to pursue these fleeing members, and eventually find the kills they need for the fight to really come to a wholehearted conclusion in their favor. It's just extraordinarily well played by really both sides. I mean, Coach Cap's not shying away from it either. They've having some outplay moments. Vale doing a ton of damage, 40.2 doing all he can on this Jace. Gated as well, but they just having a little bit of trouble kiting away, continuing after the initial engage from Galio or Jarvan. And I think that's where they're starting to meet resistance, as they are not nearly as heavy as they need to be to operate with this poke style composition. Because as we were saying, the engage from Echo, from Alistar, from the Olaf, from the Kled are finding the marks they need, and that is what is coming through in the end for these fights.
Yeah, with all these engages, no one can really touch Xayah in the back. Like maybe Jarvan, Galio, but like at that point you're just focusing too much on the only backline, which is Xayah, and their front line is able to get to you to Coach Back's backline. Looking at the state of the game, I think Baron should go down in like the next 3 to 5 minutes.
Absolutely, better look for 40-22 here. Finds damage with the lip paint, but he might have bitten off more than he can chew. His Catalyst in the area. Better will probably go down here. Doesn't have the healing, but he does have the ultimate. Has to bring the flash away. Does manage to get the 5-side 40-22 in exchange, but he can't find the turn. The shutdown onto the Jace. That does secure the Baron as 3 members. Well, I say secure, but the push is still coming in from Gated. They're going to try to contest it. Now the turn coming on to the squishy members. Kled finding his way on to Gated. Flash not finds his way over the wall here. Then not going to save anybody today, as Zentai going to have to try to get out of this one himself. Catalyst finds Cataclysm on to 3, but Zoe already throws the Paddle Stars. There's no more damage to come through. And the disengage there will mark the end of that. You still do have Baron on the map, but without Echo there, I don't think that's SPW want to over pursue. Now, 28 minutes in, 2 dragons apiece. 4.5k gold lead for SanaPekoraWatanabe, as they are still proving themselves to be ahead in this game. Lots of gold onto the Olaf. The Jarvan certainly not having the best game of his life. And bot lane for SPW certainly on line now, as Xayah completing the Infinity Edge. Means that she's going to be dishing out a ton of damage.
Echo still has a TP, so he is looking to split push again to probably bring 2 people bot lane, and they should be able to secure Baron at that point. Or they can push top lane too, because top lane has yet to have a tower gone from Coach Gap's side.
Now he better go to a 1v1 we're going to be seeing quite a bit of as he guys are listening front. I think 40 wins wins at this point. Has the ulti either way, but it's not going to do any damage. For now, maybe it's
Echo
trouble.
wins,
Yep, there it goes. Minus topside gate is going to go down as well. This fight is not one I don't think the Coach Cap wanted to take.
Light interaction.
As this is just an absolute slaughter.
SPW has to be really careful here with the Baron, because it could still get stolen.
Yeah, now GP Baron pretty much over. Should be able to get the Drake as well. I think he just probably couldn't get better as Catalyst. A little bit of steal can be found out by I need to get better. Not many places for the Jarvan to go. You can combo already launched. There comes the Parallel Convergence. Triggers can do what it can and grab the shield. Grab some more damage. Jarvan finally goes down for the ace. Now it is inside of SanaPekoraWatanabe. Finally grabbing the Baron. Extra long break setup here, but I think he might just go for the reset. His ability fairly low in the Olaf despite having the GA available. We'll have to see what they decide to do here, because I think Blish is just running up. They're just going to run there. Ah.
Ability still has fight, so...
Yeah, ability's going to heal up this with his W.
It should be a free dragon. Like, even if 1 or 2 members from SPW die for this, it's worth it.
Yeah, they're going to try to do some heal here as Danny's God just keeping Veil off of the objective. And grab it to Yep, there's the dragon over. Soul point for the side of SanaPekoraWatanabe. Now, pretty solid advantage. We get up to around a 7,000 gold lead here at 31 minutes. Exploded out of proportions from the earlier portion of the game where it was neck and neck for quite a while. Bounty's still on 3 members of SanaPekora even after all this fighting goes down. And Coach Cap, I mean, they still got some chances left to do. They got Zoe who's doing good poke. Gated is still very ahead in terms of Senna's itemization. She got the 3 items, can do it. Still an item behind, I guess, down on Zaya, so I wouldn't call it ahead necessarily, but certainly can dish out damage when she needs to. Jay's starting to fall off with the lethality build, which kind of sucks, and Jarvan really not having the impact he needs in this game. So there's limited options here for Coach Cap. I'm pretty sure 4 minutes time here is pretty much going to decide the game when that 4th dragon spawns.
I think this game could end before 4th dragon even spawns.
It very well could be. You have this Baron pushing 2. You could have 2 lanes, but they're just going for the top lane right now. I'd like to see someone go mid lane to start getting these waves synced up. As chat, can we please not have spoilers? Thank you very much. Now, getting here for this final push here on the turret. They finally get that second wave coming down. Echo gonna go top lane, try to push in that as well. And this is Mike. Pretty good push here for SanaPekora. Overall, they're gonna get at least Coach Gap resigned to the base. Now, Baron minions onto the mid lane Nexus ability. Gonna be rooted up under tower. Not like it matters. He has a GA. He also staircase popped up. Catalyst knife behind the E2 combo. Disengaged so far for SanaPekora. And Echo, meanwhile, has to pop the Zonya's Veil. Almost grabs the 1 shot. If he's able to flash away from the E2 combo, now this might be the final fight. No Watanabe already off the skull. Coach Cap looking to turn the game around, looking to improve their fortunes. That's a shutdown onto the Kled. Veil, I've got one here. Entered finds a way to split his finally securing into the Cataclysm. Flash away from Zaya. That going very low. Olaf still has the GA. Cannot be killed. Finally gets popped. Blish going low. Ivan interrupted by Danny. Has got double kill for Zaya. Make it a triple as Veil, the last man standing. That will be the game. That will be the 2-0 victory for SanaPekoraWatanabe. As the last extra turret will fall, Blish can take some extra damage here from Veil. There's not much that the Zoe can do at this point in the game. Doesn't have the Battle Star. Grabs the shutdown, but there is still an Olaf hitting the Nexus. And now we finally get to the end of the game. As soon as they do it, there we go. Nexus is gone and away. And that will be SanaPekoraWatanabe 2-0 over Coach Cap. I still don't have those hockey set up. My apologies. Whoop. All right. So, I said it was a pretty well played game. Much closer than our game 1, for sure. overall, well played by SanaPekora. Very nice early games. Game 2 had some struggles in it, managed to come back from an even/behind standing to show up again in Game 2. Solid lead at the end of the game, 9K, once again able to push through the poke composition, find their engage, and find the picks they need to really get the job done. Anyone from... Sorry.
Both teams had their both teams had their ups and downs in game 1 and 2, but I think SPW just had more ups than Coach Scap did.
Generally what it takes to win the games, for sure. Generally need a few more ups than downs. Well, if anyone from SanaPekoraWatanabe would like to join a team chat to get in for an interview, hop on in the Discord. All right. And yeah, I guess we're not getting an interview today. Okay. All right, so we got no interviews today. Oh, there we go. Ah. Oh no.
I know I'm.
All right. All right. We're gonna set some ground rules here, Sonny.
Yeah.
Some ground rules.
Yeah.
We're going to keep. This isn't a PG-13 movie. You do not get the one F bomb.
The one F word.
You are capped at 0.
All right.
But
all right. Can I just say a few quick things?
Go right ahead, sir. Peter's also
yeah.
in the interview as well. Let me pull him in.
I got him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Danny diff
there we go.
is immeasurable. Okay. That guy is a god on anything you put him on. I can't believe that we picked up such a star player.
Who?
Danny.
I didn't hear the first part. I'm serious.
It's Danny. Other
Oh
name.
yeah.
I can't
Really
believe
good.
that
I think
who?
he's really good support. I agree.
Oh, the timing on that could not have been worse. But overall, both of you very well played games here tonight. Pretty solid stomp in game 1 and a very close one in game 2 that ends up going your way. How'd you guys feel coming into the day versus how you felt it went?
You want me to go?
Yeah, sure. You can go first.
Personally, I took this as our first like actual match. No offense to any of the other teams. Like the amount of skill on Coach Gap is really good. Like I respect all those players as players.
You went
no matter
1-1 against us, Dan.
I went 1-1 against Universe, but that's because no. Understand? We went 1-1 against Universe because we were just for funning the second game. We thought we would beat you regardless. I'm not saying you're a bad team. You're second place currently on the scoreboard right here. But like we actually like used our team preparation channel for once, our actual gameplay stuff channel.
Yeah, we actually prepared something for this game. We had a plan and we got on with it.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
In any event, some actual questions to be had.
Come on, ask these questions. Come on.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Relax. But game 1, we see you guys come in here with a pretty solid team fight composition. You had also had a bit of an interesting side of things on the other side. Were there any specific worries going into game 1 in terms of you see a cast on the enemy team, which can be a threat with your scaling, especially when you're majority AP damage. You have a bot lane that could get pushed in depending on the matchup. What was your general feel, after the first 5 or so minutes which was kind of calm for the most part? Was there anything where you're like, we have to do this to get casted in ahead, or we have to start looking around bot side for a lot of ganks? What was the general game plan around your early game champions like Elise and Diana?
Our plan was basically get mid prio, and then we're using that mid prio to invade and go bot side, and basically win through bot, win through mid prio, and then use that as a snowball effect, and hopefully top just stays alive. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I play a Malphite, so I play safe lane against the Gragas, and then like I make that TP play bot lane, and that's all that matters.
Hey Dan, I have a question for you.
What?
So game 1, enemy team had 4 AP, and I think he built Tabi that game. What was
No, I didn't.
the you were going
Come on.
okay, never mind then.
I built Mercs.
Okay, because I saw you go back and you went D shield, so you didn't go corruption pot, which I think is
No, I
fine because Gragas has a lot of poke. But then you bought
Yeah.
plot armor for your first back.
Yeah, I don't know what Malphite builds actually, so I was following op.gg, download it today application on my other monitor.
No, we're not
You
supposed
did,
to.
you did, you did really well though that Malphite game. That was really clean.
Yeah.
I don't think you
I
died,
mean,
did you?
no, I didn't. That's a KDA booster game. Malphite's super easy. I don't know why everyone who's bad at this game just doesn't play Malphite.
You and I are playing Malphite, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
No more Poppy, only Malphite.
We both play Malphite.
All right. Well, honestly, I don't have too many questions. It's a banger of a freaking series. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
All I'm saying is you can't ban out Danny. You can't ban out Billy. Like the D stands for
Diversity.
Danny Div.
Okay,
Danny is
okay,
God.
Danny Div.
Oh, oh my god. The D stands for a lot of things, doesn't it? As we've come to demonstrate in these last few weeks.
Yup.
But no,
Alright.
yeah, well played games, guys. I really don't have too much question for it other than incredibly solid performances from both of you, especially you. I think Peter in the second game on Echo some like crazy nuts flanks.
Oh, thank you.
But if you don't have any questions, thank you guys so much. Again, congratulations on the win, and looking forward to see you guys continue to run the warpath here of matches as we start getting to the second half. Of the
LCS is
split.
ours.
All right.
Alright, bye bye.
Yep.
Bye
see ya.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Well, that will do it for us here tonight. Once again, I've been Dom, joined here by Rohan. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time back on the Rift for Week 4 of the PSU LCS when that's around. Peace.